There we go. All right, everything looks good. Hello, how's everybody doing? It's Matt Schulteis. I am a local digital marketer in Murrieta, and I'm really excited, just kind of happy and thankful to the Murrieta Wildomar Chamber of Commerce, everybody there that I'm connected with and that has helped me out since I've been in business. I just want to say thank you for that. Before getting started here, just going to let me know if you're here with me. Say hi. Give me a like, a heart. Let me know you're here with me on the live. Would love to answer any questions you guys might have as well as we go through everything. I'll probably come back around to them at the end. But today I'm going to talk about what are the 5 things, and probably a little bit more than 5 things, to be honest with you, that businesses can be doing right now to not only succeed, and just there's going to be a lot of ideas and a lot of things just coming out of this bald head of mine. But there are also going to be ideas that are going to help businesses as we move forward out of this, because honestly, there's a lot of speculation. We really don't know if going through this, there's people that are thinking that we're going to be in a recession. There's other people thinking that there's not going to be a recession. It just depends on who you subscribe to and what you think. But the one thing that I know of from this is that there's going to be opportunity. There's opportunity right now, and there's opportunity moving forward because sadly, not everyone of every business is going to make it through this time. And it's really sad, actually, honestly, because I'm a business owner. If you're watching this, you're probably a business owner, or you work for some place, and we don't want to see any business go under. But what's going to happen in that is going to be opportunities going to be created because people are not going to stop wanting services like gyms and chiropractors and dentists and different other things, whatever it might be, right? It's any kind of business. There's going to be opportunity there, and there's going to be people that businesses are going to need to come in and fill that void. So, hey, Brian, how's it going? Glad you're joining me here. It's not us, it's just me. No, nobody but my Johnny Cash poster behind me. But so I wanted to talk just really quick, obviously, before we get started. There's these top 5 things that I'm going to share, but talk really briefly just about myself, who I am, like why even I'm here and things like that. So obviously, through the chamber, become connected with them. I know Mike Monroe and Heather and Patrick and everybody there. Rhonda, I believe, at the chamber, and they've been awesome ever since I became a member. But I really kind of consider myself, I've been in digital marketing now for 4 years. I started in 2016, and I really would consider myself like a digital marketing guide. Consider yourself actually Luke Skywalker, and I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. So you're the hero, and I'm just trying to get you there. So that's what I really want to make everything that I do about, is to make you the hero, and then position myself as the guide, and then also do the same in your business, because your customer is the hero in their own story, and you're their guide to get them what they want. So we worked with, in my business, a ton of different industries over the last 4 years. Real estate, worked with ex-pro wrestlers and ex-champion boxers, startups, gyms, service industries, coaches, auto repair shops, different things, lots of stuff, right? But the primary type of business that we worked with has actually been restaurants. And in the last 18 months, we've actually been able to track over $350,000 in sales with our system that we run for restaurants. And I'm going to show a demo. I'll be able to give you a demo kind of link to that here later on in the presentation, so you can kind of experience that. But I've been a Murrieta Wildomar Chamber of Commerce member for pretty close to a year now. Also been a BNI member. Love the ability to network with other business owners, and myself as a newer business owner, to get the knowledge from people who are, way smarter than I am. So especially in business. So might as well hop right into it here. I'm going to take, if you have questions, please pop them in there. Yeah, right, Mike. Great analogy. Hey, Adria, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's been a while since get out of the house to get down over to co-working to say hello. So let's hop into it. I'm going to switch over here and get into my presentation. So we're going to talk about 5 ways businesses can win during this COVID-19 crisis. And these are some proven ways to pivot during uncertain times. And this pivoting is obviously going to open up new avenues. When you start going in a new direction, you know pretty much that you're going to end up in a new destination. And so this is going to open up a lot of new revenue streams that businesses weren't aware of by pivoting right now during this time. And a lot of it is going to be virtual, to be honest with you. A lot is going to be online. This is going to usher in, I believe, much faster, a lot of online options for businesses, and people are going to become more and more accustomed to doing things online, as we're, not enough already, right? The Amazon Prime and all this other stuff that we do. But I'll use some examples here of current clients that I'm already working with, some local examples that I've seen as well. I have a restaurant owner client who is a great business owner. She owns multiple businesses, not just a restaurant. And she has been still insanely busy throughout this entire time because of things that she's been doing and because of things she's put in place prior to this ever happening. So I'm going to share about that as well. But the number one thing, I would say is the number one tip that I would share is get on video. Do exactly what I'm doing right now. So video is king. People want to see you. People want to hear your voice. People want to see your mannerisms because it's like virtually meeting you in person, and they're able to find out, body language, all these different things. Do they like you? Do they have that initial first impression? And that's why video is so powerful. Now, Facebook and Instagram and YouTube all offer you free options to be able to get online and to shoot videos. It just really comes down to what I found, even with myself, is there's a little bit of a resistance and a fear because we're not quite sure maybe what to say. We're not quite sure, how things are going to come across. We're not quite confident enough of our voice or how we look, or if people are going to make fun of our bald head when we used to have hair. I mean, I'm just speaking from personal experience. So basic thing is with the video, one of my favorite authors right now is a man named Donald Miller, and he is a business owner. He's written multiple books, had some made into movies, and he also does marketing, and he writes marketing books. And he says, right now, you need to pivot your message to be remembered, and I agree with him. So the biggest thing we can do on video is to stay visible in the community. And here's some ideas. I'm going to just give practical ideas. Hopefully you can take these and run with them and start putting them into place, because that's really what matters, is the application of ideas and doing them. That's what's made the difference for me in my life. I've had a lot of ideas and learned a lot of stuff, but nothing matters until you start doing something with it. So the biggest thing we can do right now is to stay visible in the community. And we do that through live videos. We do that through recorded videos as well. So if you're not comfortable doing live videos, you can do recorded videos. If any of you are watching, you have background in the theater, think of it as a character. You're playing a character. You can be a character of yourself. One of the most famous comedic actors of all time is Mr. Bean. Well, Mr. Bean is Rowan Atkinson, and Rowan Atkinson has a huge stuttering problem and still does. But Rowan Atkinson created a character that he would play when he went into his auditions to overcome the stuttering. So he would go into his auditions and audition as this other guy for another role, acting as another person. Just think about it that way, right? You can be a version of yourself that is confident, that exudes knowledge and is helpful and all of these things that you want to be, and you can do that. And it just takes time and practice. So I'm a working and walking example of that, working example basically about that. I was the same way. So the biggest thing to do is just to start doing it. And if you need to record first, right? But don't worry about getting perfect. We're all humans. So the best way to do that, obviously, the topics you want to talk about, you want to highlight your staff, and you want to have them share what the job means to them. So this applies to any kind of business, right? Every business has staff. You have people working for you, and you want to do this because, number one, they're going to love being featured. And they're really the people, like when you're in business and you're an owner of a business, you understand that you work for the employees. And so do that. Share out your people, what they're doing, what's important to them. And they're going to love being featured. Their family and friends are going to love it. They're going to share it. This is going to get a lot of goodwill in the community for this kind of stuff. And so that's a great first step. Highlighting the staff, what the job means to them. If you have a type of a business where maybe you can offer different specials, you offer a special under whatever name it is. It could be, hey, this is the Ashley special. And if you call in right now, you can get the Ashley special or the Ashley discount on this item. Just come up with creative ways like that. And if you need ideas for that, please reach out to me, bounce those off of me. Be happy to help out with that. But you also do want to demonstrate your process for keeping everything clean and safe for customers. I mean, that's huge right now, obviously, and it's going to be huge moving forward. I mean, it's not going to go away in a couple of months. This is going to be something that's going to continue for a while. And I'll share an example with you with that is that I went to Target the other day, and I've been to Target multiple times during this, 5 weeks or whatever that we've been here on kind of self-quarantine. And before I stepped to the register and stepped to the credit card machine, the cashier was like, hey, hold on just a second. Let me go ahead and clean this. And she sprayed down a towel and she wiped down and sanitized the credit card machine right in front of me. That gave me a lot of peace of mind. And it was the first time, probably in 4 or 5 times since everything started, that I'd been to Target that had been done. So do that. But not only do that, demonstrate, show people that. You have the outlets on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. You take advantage of that stuff in a good way, because this is something that's going to create goodwill for you in your business. And then take those things, and Facebook has these amazing things called local groups. You're probably a part of them, right? Local groups are great because you can take your info and things that you share, and you can share it into these local groups. And what better way to do that than on video? So other things you can do as well, if you're a restaurant, cooking demos. Here's how you can make our most popular dishes at your house. Talk about creating a lot of goodwill, because what's going to happen is people are going to do it and they're going to figure out they can't make it as good as you. And they're going to wait and they're going to be like, man, I can't wait till this place opens back up, or I can't wait for this place to open up tomorrow so that I can call them for curbside or delivery and order this anyways, because I tried to make it and it wasn't good. It's like me, I can cook a burger. There's a lot of places that cook a burger way better than me, or cook a steak way better than me, or whatever. So do that. If you own a gym or any kind of fitness facility, anything like that, workout demos, being able to help people with that. There's opportunities to create small groups on Facebook and do small things for barriers of entry. You can say it's $10 a month, and we're going to come in here and you're going to join a group, and we're going to keep this together as a community, and we are going to charge you, yes, $10 a month. It's very small, but what you're going to do is you're going to come together. We're going to have live video workouts. You're going to be able to join us on a schedule, and you're going to be able to work out with other people virtually, but to keep that momentum going, because it's just like anything else. If you stop doing it, it's a lot easier to keep not doing it. And so keep people in the habit of doing those things, whether it's workouts, whether it might be, now let's say you own a physical product store, you own a furniture store, or you own, construction, or you sell carpet or anything like that, right? Record items that are available for sale on your sales floor and offer them for sale. And it's really that easy. You can do those kind of things. You don't necessarily even have to offer a deal. And here's the thing, is that people are looking for 3 different things. And this is not just applicable right now. This is like every time, that anything has been in the last couple hundred years, right? People are always looking to save money, number 1. Also, number 2, looking to save time. And number 3, looking to conserve resources. So right now, because of the situation we're in, people are looking for a good deal. And we really need to think about the customer's problems and, craft a message that sounds similar like this. It's like, hey, we know money is tight, so we've prepared this offer for you. Spinning it that way, that's a great way to, obviously businesses need to stay in business, and to do that, they need to sell things. They need people to buy them. And there's people that want to buy things right now. You just have to get in front of them. So other things you can do on live videos, you can talk about daily specials. But like I said, don't mention it's to keep you open, right? Position it as something you're doing for the customers during this tough time. Moving on to the next topic, and this kind of applies, this is kind of a playoff on restaurants, but you want to simplify your menu. So it's all about speed of execution. Your menu could be anything you sell, whatever it is in any kind of business, whatever you offer, whether it's a service or a product or anything else. Make it easy to do business with you by streamlining what you sell. And so one of the ways, an example to show you about that is there's a Mexican restaurant that I know of that has scaled down to serving fajitas only because it's quick and it's easy and people love fajitas and it's something they can produce, very fast and they can get the orders out and get people the food that they want. Other places, restaurants specifically, they've pivoted to offer take and bake or prepare at home meals or anything like that where you can have a kids thing where they build their own pizza. I've had a couple of clients doing that. But think about what is your take and bake for your industry. What are some things that you can offer, either low cost or some kind of thing you can create a community around on Facebook into a group where you can start to foster that. You can start to have people start to know you and like you and trust you. That way, when things begin to go back to normal and people are going back to work and earning money or they get a stimulus check and they want to spend it on something, you're the person that they're thinking of. You're the business that they're thinking of. So make this menu easy to understand and order from. It's going to increase business because why? Because we're not going to have to spend time thinking about it with our brains. Our brains want to do the easiest and fastest and quickest thing possible and burn the least amount of brain cells to get what we want. So make it easy, simplify it, right? Throughout every crisis, there's going to be an opportunity. And I think that, employing this, being on video, simplifying things. Another one is, this is, especially for restaurants, but this is applicable for any kind of business as well, is you want to create some kind of family style options. Give a discount for multiple purchases if you're in a furniture store or if you own, physical product business or anything like that. Hey, if you buy one here, I've seen this on courses that they offer online to learn things. It's a great time to learn things right now. Have you ever seen the masterclass courses? They're saying buy one, gift one. You buy one for yourself, you can give one to somebody else. Stuff like that. That creates a lot of goodwill. Make those things kind of a no-brainer for people. With food, it's easy. But other businesses, if you have questions about that specifically, reach out, let me know. We can all, go through that and learn together and be able to win together, because that's basically what it comes down to, is that we're only going to make it through this if we're together. So next thing that you want to do, and this is probably the most important thing, is that if you've been in business for any amount of time, you have past customer information. Now, what I see in what I do is a lot of companies don't do anything with that. When somebody buys from you, it's thank you very much, and maybe you do some type of follow-ups, and you don't do it on purpose because you don't mean well. You definitely mean well, but the people that purchased from you in the past are more likely to purchase from you again, and a lot of businesses don't do anything with that. And this is the strategy that the restaurant owner that I'm working with has seen and has kept her insanely busy. And this is a strategy that applies to any business. Is you've got to build a list. Right? If you have a list of people, of past customers, and you have their name, their email, their phone number, and maybe another way to reach them, like, hey, on Facebook Messenger or something like that, well, now you're sitting on a gold mine, because those people already have a level of know, like, and trust with you. And so they're going to be more prone to want to be able to purchase something from you, especially because they have some type of a relationship with you. So if you can create that and foster that, and the closer you can have a relationship by doing the videos, by showing and showcasing what you're all about, and not saying, hey, come support us because we're going to go out of business, but hey, here's what we're doing in the community, here's how we're helping, here's what we're doing to help everyone get through this time. All that creates a lot of goodwill, and that creates a buying environment for them. But the best thing to do with that is then now to message that list. And so if you don't have a list, if you haven't been keeping this information, like, in some place where it's easy to get to and it's easy for you to do something with, I'd say, hey, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is right now. So start doing something right now to build your list. Make an offer, a special offer, in exchange for their name, their email, their phone number. It gives you the ability to follow up with them later to send them other special offers. That way, you don't need to constantly spend money to reach people with coupons or deals or discounts. You reach them once, and now you're able to message them continually throughout the future. So if you've already been building this list, this email, text, or Facebook Messenger list, now's the time to use it. And that's exactly what my restaurant owner is doing. She's still seeing days that are better than she had in the end of the year because of this. You know, she is busy and she's only open like 3 hours a day now because of the takeaway stuff where she's at. But she is still seeing days where she's exceeding sales totals of what they would normally be on a normal day. And it's because once a week she messages her list, and we send out messages for her via email, via text, via Facebook Messenger. But you want to craft the messages that are empathetic, but also obviously communicate value. Message your list at least one time per week on each channel. And so that's the strategy that is still producing insanely busy days, and any business can do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the chat right now a link to a demo showing you guys exactly how that system works and how you can easily gather people's information off of Facebook. Because Facebook, to be honest with you, I grew up in Minnesota. Minnesota is home to IBM, Big Blue, all this other stuff. It was in Rochester, Minnesota when I was growing up as a kid. Facebook is really Big Blue. Facebook has over 1 million data points on every single user. So if you're watching this, Facebook has over 1 million data points on you. And the advantage for that is that they know all this stuff about us already. And this right now is the greatest time ever in advertising, because not only is the barrier low, but you have so much information on people to reach them. And being able to do that through Facebook, it's easy. You'll see on this demo here, I just popped it into the comments, to grab people's name, email, and phone number, and also Facebook information, and then follow back up with them and ask them questions about themselves so you can start having a relationship, and you can start segmenting your list to send to people so that you're not sending the same message to some woman who's married and has 3 kids versus a guy who's single, right? Those are 2 different messages. And you want to be able to send out different messages that are going to resonate with them, because when you send one message, it's like they say in business and in B&I is that if you're asking for anyone who is looking to get their teeth cleaned, well, you're asking really for nobody. Or you're asking for anybody who's looking to market their business. I'm really asking for nobody. I've got to get specific, and I've got to have specific messages for specific people. And it's the same for any one of our businesses, right? For any one of us. So go to that link, check it out. If you have any questions, I am available for those as well. And then finally, I would say, the fifth thing that I would say is you want to triple down on marketing. Now, there's paid marketing and there's free marketing. I've shared a lot of different ways you can do free marketing. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's all free marketing if you want to do it. You've just got to get out there and think about what are the topics that I can use, what are the problems that I can solve for people right now. So a lot of businesses, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, he does an outdoor advertising business. Nobody's going outdoor and doing any kind of events right now. So a lot of that business has dried up. What has he done? He's pivoted to selling masks because there's a huge demand for it. It's a huge problem. Masks are on shortage. He has the ability to produce them. He's obviously making money on it, but he's not gouging anybody. He's making, he's actually probably taking less than he should, which is great for him. But it's also great on the aspect of he's being able to form those relationships now so that in the future, there's going to be an opportunity there. And he's providing an amazing service to people right now because people want masks. So think about that, tripling down on the marketing, right? While the other places shut down, you stay open and employ these type of techniques. So one of the things you can do is if you have staff that's either, that would normally answer phones or front of the house, or staff that has their hours cut or is furloughed, you can offer them these different types of things. Is call other essential businesses that are open right now and make them special offers to work together with them. This could open up a whole new revenue stream after things go back to normal, like I was saying. And you can either make it commission-based or you can pay them hourly or whatever it is, the way that your business works, right? But incentivize that, right? Call these other essential businesses that are still open, still working, make special deals, special offers for them. One place that I know of that Donald Miller talks about is actually a touchless curbside process for this restaurant in Nashville, and they did a video of it. And what it is it's a mini tiki bar that they come out and they put into your trunk. So they videoed that whole process. It's a mini tiki bar complete with everything you need to make the drinks at home. And a lot of places now, the restrictions have been loosened, right? We're doing telehealth now. Restaurants have the ability to serve to-go alcohol if it's in a container that doesn't have a straw lid, something like that. So there's different things that you can do to video the process and video unique things that you're doing. Early on, people talked about toilet paper and these different other things, right? And it's a free roll of toilet paper for this or for that. That has a novelty for a while. But one of the ones, and I'll share an example with you that I've seen that works the best, is one that's actually extremely helpful. So many of you may know in Temecula by the mall there's a place called the Batter Up Bakery. They've done an excellent job of pivoting. Because when you think of a bakery, it's like, well, who's going to want baked goods? Not very many people are going to want baked goods during this time, right? They've completely pivoted. They have done now where they're a general store. They'll still do cakes and all this other stuff, baking stuff, but they've pivoted to now offering bulk food items and gloves and toilet paper and essential things that people are looking for in stores and can't find or want to purchase from them. And at the last I checked, they had a couple of posts in the last few weeks that had over 300 comments apiece. I saw one with over 200, almost 280 shares. I mean, talk about getting in front of the community. That's an amazing thing. So if you look that up, I know everyone here watching locally, go to the Batter Up Bakery's Facebook page. You'll see exactly what I'm saying. They just, in the picture on the one image that did the best was just a picture of the shelves showing the items, right? It doesn't have to be rocket science or anything like that, but there's a lot of opportunity is what I'm saying. If you do pivot, if you decide to make that pivot, I hope that you do. Now, another thing you can do is reach out to associations that have huge lists. They have, obviously they have lists of people. You can offer deals to them as groups or whatever it might be as multiples, like, hey, if 3 people buy, then 3 people get this. Something like that. But you're looking at homeowners associations here, condo associations, hospitals, construction companies, any kind of business that is, right now is considered essential. And if you're doing things and, partnering up with hospitals or with essential type businesses that are on the front line, you want to document it, video it, get in front of people and show them this kind of stuff. This is going to create a lot of goodwill, and that's what it's all about with it, right? So other options you can do, you can offer someone something people can buy now and then use after the quarantine, after things go back to normal. Our restaurants, we're recommending a lot of them, sell discounted gift cards, It's a great short-term revenue source for them, and the people are going to be able to get, say a $50 gift card at a 10 or 20% discount or whatever, and they're going to come back and they're going to use that after things start to go back to normal. So that's the biggest thing. This is what I wanted to share. I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to be live here and share this with everybody, and everybody who sees this now live and everybody sees it in the future. Now I'll finish with this quote from Donald Miller. It's, if you're not communicating right now, you're being forgotten. And if you pop up after all this is over, people are going to wonder where you were during the crisis. So I don't want that for anybody. I don't want that for anybody here on this call or anybody that I know. If you know me, reach out to me. I'll make time to talk to you. I want to help. I want to give you ideas. I want to, if it makes sense for us to work together, great. But I'm not looking for that. I'm looking to offer as much help as I possibly can right now, because I know the feeling as a business owner. I have not, I've literally also had to take a haircut on some of my services because of this. And that's fine, because I want to keep businesses in business. So if anyone has any questions, I'm going to pop back over here. I've still got tons of notes and everything here that is just going to go on and on and on. So I'm not going to continue. However, what I will say is, thank you, Jen. What I will say is, we all know at some point this is it's going to come back, to normal. We're going to come back to some sort of normal. It might take a while to come back to the normal that we had prior to this. But when that does happen, it's going to be like the Oklahoma land rush. And this is how it's going to be like the Oklahoma land rush. If you know, I'm remembering my history here, Oklahoma Sooners, Boomer Sooner, all that other stuff, right? So what happened is obviously, they were called Sooners for a reason. They jumped, they went and got the land before they were supposed to. So here's the thing, though, is when things go back to normal, there's going to be businesses that didn't make it. And there's going to be voids left there. And there's going to be people that still need those services and still want those services. And the opportunity is going to be there. And it's the businesses that are in motion now, during this entire process, continuing to stay in motion. You could do the free stuff. I recommend that you do the free stuff. If you want to do paid stuff, let me know. We can talk about all that kind of stuff as well. But it's the businesses that are in motion now that are going to be positioned to get that best territory and get that share of business that's left behind by the businesses that close because they're in motion now. If you stop now, if you sit on your hands and you don't know what to do, you're going to be way farther behind than anyone because you're starting from zero. And I don't want that. I want you to start moving forward now. Even if you're moving forward inch by inch by inch, it's still moving. So that's all I've got. Basically, that's it. Yeah. If you guys have any comments later, I'll come back and I'll check it out here. We've been live for about a half an hour. Yeah, hopefully everyone is well. Hopefully everyone is staying good in self-quarantine and eating good and spending time with family. And we're going to make it through. So that's all I've got. I'll see you again another time.